No shotting in the hot box.
I did, yeah. I could squeeze.
That reeks.
Thought I could squeeze cheeks as it happened.
The only thing you squeezed my fucking lungs, brother.
Squeezed your lungs? Your lungs were squeezed before that. Let me put it on.
Just do it on the phone, it's such a pain.
Yo, Sarah Frost, G1P.
Also, I'm keeping
Guys, have we ever heard of Kevin Gates? Dangerous by Kevin Gates. Hey guys, how are we doing? How are we doing? Hey guys, that girl is at Uckers. He got the pumpy. Yeah, Mr. Challenger. You know how it is. We're just going to take a break. Going to Aldi. guys. Maybe 7 o'clock I'll get some food. But right now I think we're gonna watch a true crime documentary. I've seen quite a lot of them though. Eileen, Queen of the Serial Killers. I've watched the Fred and Rose West one. I've seen The Perfect Neighbour. Seen World's Most Wanted. Eileen, Queen of the Serial Killers is our topic for today. It's on Netflix if you do want to watch it along with me. And we'll talk about it, we'll pause it and stuff. So I'll give you like 5 minutes. Or like 2 minutes to see if you want to get it up. If not, we'll just watch it and talk about it. Because I like talking about these sort of things. I'll leave the main light on for like 20 minutes to see how it is. Because if you're watching this back as well, you can always watch it back, so welcome to the stream. We are watching Eileen's Queen of the Serial Killers. Here we go. If you're watching along, please do follow along. We're on 005 right now.
Well, I wouldn't want to meet her in a dark alley.
Our BBC Studios production.
Any customers at all? Prostituting yourself. I don't think that's the way our Maker intended us to use our bodies.
That's subjective. I think anybody can use their body the way they want.
She's like the trifecta.
I think that should just don't think that should bring shame.
And killing white men is so very easy to execute with no conscience.
She's doing the Lord's work.
You know, we wrote for 8 years up until her execution.
Florida's death row.
1997.
1997.
So, I'm going to tell you the truth of my life and the crimes because I want to make it right with God.
Okay. Who's this right here? This is Kay. Hi. And that's who? Jane. Jane. What's happening?
Hi.
God, she seems like a lot.
Hey, yeah, man. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
I was glad you guys were here. And I was so concerned. I had some freaky dreams, man. I don't even want to mention the dreams. I know Montel Williams, you know, he has a bald head, right? He was taking this stuff and he was putting it all over his bald head. Let me see in the mirror, baby. If you want me to, I'll just roll with my childhood, you know, and roll up through everything and kind of like, so you'll get the information that you need to, whatever you want to do with this. Jazz, you know I give you a signature, okay? You know I give you, I give you full permission to do it.
The last leaf of autumn has fallen to the ground. and the icy wind through the empty trees makes a howling sound. At first it drives you indoors, and then it drives you mad. That's when you know you need it, then you know you need it. Now you need the sunshine and sea.
August in Florida, oh my gosh, it's hot. A very transient state. Well, they come there just in the winter. My name's Steve Vinegar, and I was a captain with the Marion County Sheriff's Office in Ocala, Florida, and I was in charge of the Criminal Investigations Division.
CID.
These sand roads like this are all throughout the National Forest.
Wow.
The hunters call them pig trails.
They're quite scary, actually. National Forest.
Troy
August
Forest.
1990.
The company that you work for, Gilchrist Sausage.
Gilchrist
Chicken
sausage.
But, you know, it's like, hey, our guy hadn't showed up. We don't know, maybe he's broke down. Then all of a sudden, you know, his truck was found literally out in the middle of nowhere. Decomposing body.
There's nothing like a decomposing body, apparently,
You know what
guys.
I'm talking about right now, and I can almost smell it and taste it in my mouth.
Gross.
End up down this road, and then how did this truck end up 8 miles away? He knew who the suspect was. On stranger type of homicide.
Okay, this is Troy Burris. Before photo. This is an after photo. This is a tight shot with some bullet holes in it. Kind of look like in there somewhere. And then another body photo. Dick, last name Humphreys.
The Humphreys murder was more brutal.
The Humphreys murder.
Bullets, not two. Same bullets. Wonder if these are related. It wasn't uncommon to do a fax blast to all agencies in the state of Florida saying, does anybody have anything similar? Information started coming back. Citrus had one body, Pasco had one body, Dixie had one body, Volusia had one body, we had two. 7 men were killed within a 12-month period. All found dead in the woods.
Oh, wow.
Cases began to progress, we'd see the headshot more. The passion of the person who's committing these murders is increasing.
Wow.
Age.
The headshot mean more age.
The first
Maybe.
murder that we knew about was Richard Mowry,
This is Mr. Mallory.
found in December of '89.
Mr. Mallory. His car. His car.
In every case, the victim's vehicle was found in some other part of the state. Seats were pulled forward. Same description of the projectiles as the other victims. Middle-aged men. There were used rubbers and blonde hair found at one of the crime scenes. went out here doing this.
They were traveling on this road right here.
Coming around this bend.
Coming around this corner, traveling through here, ran off the road, hit this gate, went through the gate on into these bushes here. Came to a stop. They got out, took the tag off, started wiping it down, took some belongings they had in there, and beat people up.
First get this break and you go, oh my goodness.
Some of the other investigators had played with that idea, said this possibly could be a woman. This is really the turning point of the case that I think is when we found out that two women had the car of a middle-aged victim who was missing, who was traveling from Jupiter, Florida, all the way up to Arkansas, who never got to his destination. It's like, okay, now we got something we can sink our teeth into,
That's
something
weird.
we can be looking for. So then, after that, we talked to witnesses. We get a composite of two women that were seen in the car. And when we started spreading them all over the country and started getting information back in leads, then the ball started rolling and things started happening for us. And we got a car coming.
Wow, that's really cool.
That's the one that talked to the girl.
So the turning point in the case, and they realised it was a woman killing all these people.
These drawings came out.
Those
in the
drawings are
newspaper.
hideous.
Two women are running around Florida shooting guys. And I said there has to be a reason why. And I was driven to find out what that reason was.
Florida's quite a big place,
It was
isn't
a
it?
landmark case,
And she was running around shooting them.
because of the female aspect.
The latest John Doe just identified his vehicle was on that 75.
I'm Shakey Reviews. I'm a producer. I was the first person to sign Eileen Warnos to do her life story.
I'm glad that I didn't take them nowhere. You know, like if I didn't get the car fixed, they might have took me down the road and done me or something.
In '87, when I started really producing, all they wanted was stories about true crime.
We're looking at similarities again of these two girls. Hopefully, we'll find some new evidence. We just extended our search for probably another square mile that we're trying to look into.
My mother called me up and said, I think I just saw this female serial killer. And I said, my mother, you should have given her my card.
It was meant to be for me to find that story. So I flew to Florida, and my brother drove me to various bars, including the Last Resort bar. I hung up like small post-it notes saying, if you are the female who's killing men, I'd like to do your story. And I signed my name and my phone number. That was it. I go back to Hollywood.
Okay, bud.
I just waited. Yeah, I just waited.
I'll get here.
Is this thing with more?
No.
Several names kept coming up for the blonde. Everything pointed to the fact that she was the most aggressive. Probably most likely was our shooter. We started looking at the pawn shops, and we discovered property that belonged to Richard Malley. So now that we've got a fingerprint, the fingerprints don't lie. Eileen Carol Warnos.
Jerry, she won't leave with us. We can get her outside the bar. All we got to do is put our front brother on and she'll come out here and talk to us. But we need to get her out there now. Is everybody ready to go, Jerry? All right, buddy. Bye.
I always give credit to the good Lord because I believe He was guiding us, and I know He was guiding me in this investigation.
Lee, come here, man.
And I believe that He delivered her to us.
You go back up here. If you go back up here to this main road, you go a different way.
got it.
What the hell is going on here? Okay. I want to know why I'm being arrested, by the way. I just tell you. No, you didn't tell me nothing. What did I tell you? You're under arrest. For what? For what? For what warrant? For what?
Then I get a call the day she was arrested. She says, I'm the girl you're looking for. I'm the girl who's been shooting my men. She had read my note.
Wow.
And she said, well, first of all, do you do movies or books? I thought, okay, she's auditioning me, right? I said, mostly movies. She goes, great. My story is unbelievable.
That's cool. She's bragging about her own story though, so don't know how credible it'll be.
Okay, so I'll start just explaining, okay? So when I was little, I was adopted by my grandmother and grandfather. My grandmother was really clean and decent, did not swear, did not drink. She was into Jesus Christ. Grandfather was a sergeant in World War II. He was very stringent, but he was not nasty. Very decent, moral upbringing.
Wow.
Not any impurities or perversion or battery or any of that jazz. He accidentally hit me in the face with the belt. Oh my goodness, one time, so what, you know? It wasn't that big of a deal. And around the time I was 14, my grandmother died of cirrhosis of the liver. I always miss her. And I'll always love her. At around 15, I ran away from home. I got caught, went to Adrian's training school for 6 months. When I got out, I hit that road, split from the state. On the road 24/7 for 4 years, non-stop. I must have been raped, I'd say about 30 times, maybe more.
Something about all the rape that you've had.
It doesn't bother me because it's been, you know. I said a wussy woman would bother. But I'm talking, I miss you hell. Jazz?
I think a lot of women understand, you know, that who've been raped all their life like that, and this, you know, you get messed up and you do.
Oh, I was gang raped. I was gang raped twice when I was a kid by my high school friends. My high school friends, man, gang raped my ass. I got to take a leak.
Orlando's Magic 107.7.
Last night, a woman. She may have killed 7 people. Their bodies were found dumped near major highways in Central Florida. Tips led deputies to Daytona Beach, and a woman identified as Eileen Carol Warnos, a 34-year-old transient. She was arrested 8 days ago, and on Wednesday was charged with the murder of Richard Mallory of Clearwater.
There are women who have killed children and elderly people in nursing homes, but a female who's a predator that goes out seeking men is a little different.
Anyone that would resort to that sort of violence deserves the maximum punishment.
The motive behind these murders is unclear, but authorities say Warnos is a killer who robs, not a robber who kills.
We have identified pieces of property from different victims that were either arrested tonight or were in storage facilities. There was some money taking most of the cases, but it didn't appear to be necessary to take the life of these men.
All right, this is Judge Breeze. Everyone listen up. You are here for purposes of a first appearance hearing. I'm charged that you do have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in court. You should be solemnly swear that the testimony you give in this call will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Eileen, it's Warnos. Warnos. And you are here on a warrant, sir.
Eileen Warnos used to call me, and we talked about 25 to 30 times. And my daughter would answer the phone. Hey, Mom, the serial killer's on the phone. I wanted to make the right movie about her. You tell me your story, and I will write it. That was our deal. And I said, do you have a lawyer? And she said, yes. It's Russell Armstrong. I said, you need to have him call me.
Hey guys, welcome. We're watching this documentary about Eileen Warnos.
Any real estate? Any children? No. You got a public defender, thank you, ma'am.
Warnos had been traveling Central Florida with her lesbian lover Tyria Moore when the killings took place. Her attorneys say Warnos made the confession to Volusia County deputies only when her girlfriend Moore asked her to.
Authorities say Moore is a material witness and aren't filing charges against her.
Your full name is Tyria.
Tyria.
When did you decide to leave Lee?
In December.
Why?
Because I'd seen composite drawings on TV of two females, and they had spoke of the car that we had wrecked. At that point, this is enough. You know, I've had enough. I'm not gonna go to prison for something that she did. And that was like drawing the line right there.
Then what happened?
In December of '91, law enforcement contacted me. There was officers from Florida that wanted to speak with me, that I knew exactly why they were there. And I told them right from the beginning that, you know, I had nothing to do with it, but I am willing to help you.
You came back to Florida and had conversations with her that were taped by the police. She didn't know that. Why did you decide to allow your phone conversation to be taped with her?
Yeah, at the time, I didn't do it for the police at that time. I did it for myself.
Were you afraid of being arrested?
Yeah, I'm scared.
Did police testify against her?
No.
Why did you get her to confess?
I just living with her for 4.5 years. I know her better than I think anyone else does. And I think she's very intelligent. She knows how to work around things. She can lie her way out of anything. And that's mainly why I wanted her to confess to the murders, is because I knew she could lie her way out.
That's a crazy front tooth.
Good morning. How are you? Do you remember me the other night? I was the one that gave you the coffee and the cigarettes the other night. You were arrested. How you doing? Okay. Please stop just a second, okay? If you cannot afford to pay for counsel, we will furnish you with counsel if you so desire. Do you understand? I understand.
Well, I wasn't an attorney to do it. I knew what I did, and that's what I did.
If you want an attorney at any time, you just say, I'd like to have an attorney. I can't advise you one way or the other what you should do. It has to be solely your decision.
I don't know it. I know that I don't want my girlfriend involved, because this is why I'm doing this. Karen wants me. They've been talking to her parents, the Texas mom. She did not do anything, and I'm trying to make this clear. That's why I'm expecting.
Were there nights where you were trying to sleep, laying next to you is a woman who you know by now has killed people, that you were just sickened, disgusted?
Yeah, I thought about it a lot. I thought, you know, how could I be in love with someone that has killed? And I don't know if it's a question that could be answered.
That's fair.
You know, why I did love her.
Love's a crazy thing, you know.
She was very caring.
Gotta go put some food on there.
You know, I did that.
Tyra really was kind of on the shy side. was not easy to be a gay woman in the 1990s. She got out of Pennsylvania, came to Florida to try to start a new life. It was a real relationship between the two of them. Tyra couldn't let go any more than Warnos could let go. I kept asking her stuff about Tyra, and she was going, I don't want her to be involved. I'm going to protect her. And then there was back off from Tyra. This was all me, and I'm here to tell that story.
I was on the road from 16 to 20. I'm hitchhiking and I'm hooking. Running into a lot of situations because I never had a place to live. I slept under viaducts, abandoned homes, cow pastures. I finally wound up in Daytona Beach. I got me a job at a motel. I was 20 years old. I was going out with guys and all that stuff and trying to fall in love with, you know, it's not cool being alone. It turns into a real drag. And I met this guy, and he was a mama's boy. And his mom didn't want me to be with him, and he was going to go back to mama, and I told him if he did, I'd shoot myself. So I wound up shooting myself with 22 in the stomach. It went right through my body and just missed my spine. Ray was another guy I fell in love with, probably around 24, 25. But he was whiskey bent, bottle bent alcoholic, and every time he started getting really, really drunk, he was abusive. So I was thinking about going ahead and kill myself again. But I never did. So I head out to the Keys. I decided I'm going to be a beach bum in the Keys. And I met Tony, the first lesbian at 28 now. And this is my first encounter with lesbianism. And she turns me onto it. The first...
So I need to go and get it at 107 minutes.
Police say
He's a wild, boozing, lesbian prostitute, she admits.
We're dealing with violence, extreme violence. You look at women as being frail. This woman's not frail. This is probably the meanest woman I ever met in my life.
She is not a monster. She is not a butch. She is a very caring, compassionate, feminine human being with a heart of gold.
How are we doing, guys? Are we having a good day? Thanks to whoever's liking the video. I appreciate it.
When I was out on the lawnmower, like 10 days later, Jesus asked me to reach out to her. I want you to write her a letter and tell her about me. I want you to help her.
You're looking at expectant parents.
I think she did need to be helped.
Bob and Arlene Crowley are going to a judge's office to adopt suspected mass murderer Eileen Warnos. A few moments later, they emerge with the piece of paper that makes Warnos their legal daughter. How do they feel about that?
Before I just want to burst into tears. I wanted to be a mom forever. It was awesome. I mean, just unbelievable. We talked every single night. Our phone bills were $1,200 a month.
$1,200 a month on phone bills.
And I said, why do you keep hedging about wanting to accept Jesus in your heart and have the same peace that I've got? And she said, do you really want the truth? She said, because if I accept him and I'm born again, I feel you're just going to leave me like everybody else. Leave you? I said, I just want to make sure if something happens to you, you're going to heaven. She said, well, in that case, can I do it right now, right here over the phone?
She killed 7 people and they're like, oh, maybe she could go to heaven.
It was a God thing. was truly 100% a bad thing.
We've been together now since the end of January, and yet I have never once seen
I'm the top topic of conversation. I'm a star. And she ordered everybody around like Faye Dunaway on steroids.
Don't know who Faye Dunaway is.
Made her the queen of serial killers. And that was her notoriety. Famous.
What do you know?
Ever been on any TV, not even a blurb in a newspaper. Leave about it, and she'd call and say, oh, you did awesome. I have these other people I want to send you. It was like she was my agent, forcing me to go out and do all these things. I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. I find myself on the cover of the local Ocala papers, Glamour magazine. They came to the farm. I mean, it was never, ever ending. All the time.
Sometimes, but there are other times she was like a tyrant of, how come you haven't found Dawn yet?
Oh, wow.
Don't you want this story?
I'm not surprised. She was a bad woman.
Go to Michigan, go see Dawn. That Dawn had her younger story. She knew everything about her. They were best friends.
Do I watch Stranger Things? Yeah, man. I like Stranger Things. I can put it on if you want. Yeah, I really like Stranger Things.
I was like the first person to break the news.
She had a horrible childhood. There's a lot of people that's had bad lives, but not from day get-go. This poor kid had a child, was raped and had a child. Her grandmother died, she was abandoned, living out, in the woods, and her older brother and sister got to stay in houses. That's where she got to be a prostitute. She needed food and things, cigarettes for her brother and sister. Why didn't they take care of her? Actually, when they told me she was a prostitute, I had no idea what a prostitute was. I didn't. I was like, what's that? They said she had a baby, and I said, she had a baby? And she it because I knew it bothered her. But she used to, her and her sister stayed at my house a lot, so did her brother. And we all wore each other's clothes. Even Keith was about all of our same size, and Ducky and all of us. And you could tell she did. That's it. I'm like, yeah, she did have a baby.
That's crazy.
I just never brought it up to her.
She was like 15 and she had a kid.
And I walked away where somebody was looking at the cookie jar.
So that's not good.
Those kids started drinking when they were like 10 years old, sneaking booze and everything. Nobody was guiding them. Nobody was educating them. Nobody was telling them the difference between right and wrong.
So she was sneaking booze at 10.
34-year-old Eileen Warnos pleaded not guilty to the charges she faces. She will undergo a psychiatric exam in the next week or so.
At the age of 6 months, her grandmother discovered her in an attic covered with flies. Heavy use of drugs and alcohol since she was 13.
I think her abuse, acting like she did, I think she could maybe be saved by with some therapy.
Eileen Warnos faces 5 first-degree murder charges, and there could be as many as 5 more indictments to come. If she's found guilty on any of those charges, she could end up facing Florida's electric chair.
No way.
Only police know where 28-year-old Tyria Moore has been living for the last 11 months. She's reportedly hiding out of state and showed up for a deposition today only after the court ordered her to appear.
She's 28, she looks 40.
The 2 women led Warnos to confess to killing at least 5 of the men. While police recorded their telephone conversations, Moore allegedly convinced Warnos to admit to the killings.
Trial hearings every single day, and as soon as it was over, I went to the jail and spent the evening with her through glass. the strength to do all of it because that was what I was supposed to do.
My first involvement with
That's so weird.
was her case.
She's got like this adopted mother.
Was assigned to me.
But she got adopted after she was already a killer. I think it's so weird.
If you don't consider the why. She killed 7 men. During that same time period, she had 400 guns. Definitely.
7 minutes and I need to go get my food.
She didn't kill a single person before she went for more. Think about that. Mm-hmm. Was a catalyst that pushed her over the edge. About the recordings at all.
That is ridiculous. Tyree Moore looks
right there with Ty, and it was all fake.
45 to 50.
Fake, to get her to confess.
Why did you answer those questions?
I was scared.
Who were you scared of?
I was scared of being arrested.
When you lied to Ms. Wernos about these things, why did you?
Because I wanted her to talk to me about the offenses so I would be cleared.
Hello? Hi. Yes. Hi. Hey. What the hell's going on? They've been up to my parents again. They've got my sister now asking her questions. I don't know what the hell's going on. Huh. What are they asking your sister questions? I don't know. They're coming after me. I know they are. Dude, why are they asking so many questions, man?
Wow.
I'm gonna ask you because I was like, jail for something that you did. This isn't fair. My family is a nervous wreck up there. My mom has been calling me all the time. She doesn't know what the hell's going on. What? I don't know whether I should respond to it or if I should. What if they don't believe me? What? Do it now. Get it over with. Get it over with. Alright. Okay? You can call me back later. Alright. Alright. Okay, bye.
Relation with Tyree that protect her.
Wow.
They weren't looking for the truth. I don't know how to put this, but they really love this woman.
When I met Tony, it was totally different. A lot of love and understanding each other's ways and stuff. And so I started to agree with the lesbianism.
Lesbianism. Wow.
I was cooking all over in the Keys.
I don't think that's what they call it anymore.
On the highways. I had double barrel shotguns in my head, 357 magnums to my head. So when the copy friend of mine told me to go ahead and get a gun, it was purely for protection.
Wow.
I had to do what I had to do.
What's that emoji? Like a shocked emoji.
I'm with Tony for about a year, but she's
Miami.
That's so cool.
And I finally wound up back in Daytona and met Tyra. So when I met Tyra, we never left each other except for when we worked. I was cooking for Ty. I cleaned the place for Ty. Ty didn't do none of that. She didn't have to move a muscle. I loved her so bad. She did not have to move a muscle.
That's really sweet, to be fair.
And did you hear from Ty anymore? Or just...
I haven't seen Ty. I haven't heard from Ty since 1992, I think it's been.
Do you miss her?
And I'll always love her. And I'll be thinking about her the day I'm executed. I'll be thinking about her even. Yeah. And the only reason I carried that darn gun was because I loved her so much. I wanted to make sure that I got home alive, in one piece, so I'd be another day breathing with her, you know? Yeah. It didn't turn out that way. Got all screwed up.
That's really sad.
In one of the worst. And she is indicative in our society and has been evolving in the past 30 years.
Not unlike a religious revival meeting, Tanner supporters sing hymns and sing praises to the state's attorney's anti-pornography efforts.
We especially thank God for John Tanner.
Obscenity kills women and children. The decent people are going to demand the laws be enforced and the pornographers have got to go.
John Tanner was the lead prosecutor and running in the election for state's attorney at the same time.
Was everything he detested, and he thought she would be an easy conviction.
You're talking, or so you were assigned to be the judge on the Warnos case. What happened?
The state, about a month prior to trial, filed a motion to disqualify me or recuse me.
Why?
This was a direct attack on me that I was not the person they wanted to try.
That's so strange.
They knew that I would give this woman a fair trial. And they had no intentions of that ever happening. You know, you've got to look at the mental status of the person at the time they made a confession, and what may be factors causing them to do it at the time.
You wanted to have other evidence brought in regarding the confession.
Yes.
But obviously, in your being so vigorous in what you're doing, they went and got you taken off the trial.
I guess so.
Kind of a backhanded compliment.
I guess so.
I was angry. I was angry that Tanner got his way. And there's nothing I could do about it.
It seems like it's a good possibility that it could be because you're a woman.
Patchy late night fog is possible. We'll low 55. And the Network continues, coming next.
What makes this more than just another bizarre story about a string of murders is the very fact that Lee Warnos is a woman. And if found guilty, she would win the distinction of being the nation's first female serial killer who violently confronted her victims.
In Hollywood, it was as though a siren sounded. A new true crime tale was ready-made for the movies.
Warnos was but a sketch on a wanted poster when TV producers started calling the Marion County Sheriff's Office looking to make a deal with investigators working the case.
If your wounds are small,
Vinegar and 2 other sheriff's deputies hired attorney Rob Bradshaw to field the calls from Hollywood.
I would talk to one and they'd say, oh yeah, CBS told me you just signed with Lorimar, and Lorimar told me you signed with CBS. I'm like...
Deputies' competitor Jacqueline Giroux is quick to challenge what they're up to.
It would be very altered to have 3 sheriffs and some of the state evidence to go in there and be discussing their case with CBS and Republic Pictures when that's only supposed to come out at the trial.
You got any fingerprints out of here? Nothing, just some beer cozies, some cigarette butts, some blonde hair.
These 3 cops made a deal with CBS.
Captain Vinegar on line 2.
Before she even pled a plea.
We arrested her, but she's obviously...
We wanted this story told accurately, and we wanted the people who participated in the investigation.
I never discussed dollar amounts with anybody. If I was part of a project, I wanted to make sure it was right. That was it. I mean, we went from heroes to zeros, you know, and it's like, how did this even happen? It's apparently a very dog-eat-dog world, you know. I mean, it ended up personally costing me my position.
Now, just in case anybody's wondering where my loyalties are, they're right here in this room. All right?
Yeah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the most unpleasant things I've ever had to do.
All of them. They just got fired. She wasn't treated right. She didn't get justice.
Hey guys. Welcome.
The land boasts no wildlife, no prostitutes of any kind, and any booze is deeply frowned upon. Yet it's the religious fervor that made it so difficult to see a jury. One woman said God spoke to her about this case last night.
He wants me to remove my throat.
In the end, the panel of 7 women and 5 men said they were up to the job. The trial is attracting national media attention, as well as the attention of several screenwriters and authors.
Eileen Warnes showed little emotion as she was led into the courthouse in DeLand, Florida. Warnes is accused of killing an electronics repair shop owner.
Meetings for Richard Mallory, which was the first one. The others would follow, but right now it was just concentrated on Richard Mallory. It was intense. Her lawyer, Trish Jenkins, gave me a list of stuff to get. Lee was adamant, I don't want anything frilly, just normal clothes and a cross.
Properly understand the issues, the evidence, the applicable law, and I would request that you give them your closest attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evidence is going to show that when Eileen Warnes jumped into the car with Richard Mallory on that rainy night in December of 1989, she had no idea that she was going to be traveling with him into a nightmare, and that ride would ultimately bring her to this courtroom today.
All that Richard Mallory had, she took. Under the law, she must pay her life. Objection.
Well, we don't think that women have a special dispensation when it comes to death penalty. We think the law applies equally to all citizens, men and women alike.
I want them to treat her like a human being. I mean, you know, we've been hearing there, all of us, that she is innocent until proven guilty. I want them to treat her like she's innocent until she's proven guilty. That's what I want.
In Florida, the prosecution played a chilling videotape at the trial of an accused serial killer. Eileen Warnes watched her own confession to a year-long string of killings.
The version the jury heard today lasts only 20 minutes. It contains only references to Richard Mallory's death.
The defense could fight back with courtroom drama of their own. Eileen Warnes might take the stand.
She's shy, she's scared of the cameras. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen.
got 2 cameras.
Wow, this looks better than last time. Yeah,
We're gonna jump over here and take that seat.
I'm so William said, it was terrible.
Why? Because it all looks like they screwed
Yeah,
up to
yeah.
Okay, all right. I want to start right now with, do you think you belong here?
No.
Why?
But I'm not a serial killer. I didn't kill those men like everyday profile of a serial killer. And I didn't plan these murders or anything like that.
Why did you kill them?
Self-defense.
Most of her testimony, I remember sitting there praying through the whole time. Just she would be able to get through it.
Do you remember catching a ride with Richard Mallard?
Oh, yes.
If you remember, when did you meet him?
It was at the end of November.
Were you hitching a ride when Mallory picked you up?
Yeah, okay. So, yes, I was underneath the bridge. Not Fort Lauderdale, Fort Myers. I had made some money. I made almost $350. That was around 10:30 at night. It was drizzling outside. A vehicle passed, and its headlights went on in the vehicle, and I saw one head, so I felt all right, walked up to the car. I opened the door, and I said, did you stop for me? And he said, yeah. Are you going to Orlando? I said, no, I'm going to Daytona. He said, oh, wow, you're a lucky day, man, because I'm going all the way to Daytona. I said, oh, wow, this is great. So I got in the car.
You agreed to go to an area to, what, allegedly talk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're with him, but at some point you agreed to have sex with him for money. You both got undressed, and then he said to you, guess what, I'm not paying you, according to you.
And I said, well, that's it. I'm not here for my health. The game's over. And I started to turn around. And that's when I turned around to go get my clothes, that's when he whipped the cord around my neck. And he was choking me, and I was holding it like this. And he said, do you want to die, slut? And I just nodded no. And then he said,
Oh, wow.
you're going to do everything I tell you to do? I'll fuck you after. And I had to lift up my hands like this and to the steering. And he got out of the car and told me to slide up and get comfortable because he's going to see how much meat he can pound in my ass.
Okay, what happened next?
He began to start there. And he violently took himself out and violently put himself in my vagina.
Were you saying anything to him at that point?
No, I was crying my brains out. And he lifts up my legs and he puts ball in the Visine bottle.
Oh, wow.
And he sticks some rectum area with it. Really bad because he tore me up for a while. And then he put some in my back. After about an hour, it must have been an hour or so, it seems like
Yes.
Yes.
You've offered to have sex when you're laying there naked on your back and the man paid you. You say it's rape when he's kissing and getting on you?
He didn't pay me, and I don't know what you're talking about. He didn't pay me. He's not kissing me because for regular sex. He raped me. This is when he gets. I don't know what you're talking about.
You say, here you are.
She looks pretty flustered.
No one would believe that you've been assaulted?
We've got prostitutes out there that are being killed every day, and nobody cares about it. And we've got women being raped every day, and nobody cares about it. I have witnessed it with my own eyes. Nobody would have believed that I was raped, and then I had to defend myself. They would have said, you're a prostitute, we don't care.
You say Richard Mallory told you that, in your words, he had killed other women.
He did. Yeah.
He told you that.
Oh yeah, flat out told me.
Tanner said to me that there was never any evidence had ever been abusive to women.
Okay.
Was he telling the truth?
No. Jackie Davis did that deco and said he was crazy.
Why haven't authorities looked into that, in your opinion? Okay. Do is look through all of this, and maybe if there's some other points we need to make, we may be able to come back and
There's a whole
well, a lot of it we're going to look into. Now, I want to be clear on one thing. All of the authorities that I spoke to them, I said, what's the mistake Lee Warnos made? You know what they all say?
What?
He confessed.
You were in the courtroom yesterday and the videotape with the confession was played, wasn't it? Aren't you?
Yes, sir.
You saw it in its entirety, didn't you?
Yes.
You didn't make one mention of an anal rape or being tied up, did you?
I was withdrawing from alcohol so bad, I was so confused and so scared about Tyra that I couldn't function properly. I don't know.
That made sense.
I don't know. And I go into other details with other people in here where I'm totally talking about one person and another person, even talking about Richard Mallory there.
They advise you not to talk about any other charges.
I mean, they weren't letting me go on. Or nothing, to recorrect myself or anything. They kept. Now he just asked me about, now for the next 11 pages, he's talking about all different guys. White pickup truck, and I say, what white pickup truck? I don't recall a white pickup truck.
Lee, I'm going to instruct you not to talk about any other charges.
You didn't tell the detective because you're stubborn and you're protecting.
I couldn't remember.
Finish the question, Ms. Warnes. And you didn't tell the detective because you were stubborn and trying to protect Tyra Moore. Were there any other reasons you didn't tell the detective?
He cut me off every time I talked about a rape with any incident.
Another incident?
I'm not going to answer.
Object, Lee, going to answer about the cases. They have not been tried yet.
Well, I'm only trying to ask you is why you killed 6 other men. Was it the same reason?
I'm here for one trial. I'm here for first-degree murder, one count in this county.
I moved from this trial, Your Honor.
To argue the Richard Mallory case. Were you guaranteed to win?
No. No. If we had to try the case on simply the evidence of Mr. Mallory's
Oh, wow.
with her story of self-defense, of sexual assault, brutal torture that she described, the jury would be hard pressed to that case. We certainly could have lost it.
How were you allowed to bring in court these other murders when she hadn't been convicted of?
Well, Judge Earl Blunt, I've known him.
Okay, you can bring those in. You must have breathed quite a sigh of relief.
We were greatly relieved, and so
yeah,
it worked this time. It's kind of like
Kind of like football. If it works, it's great, and if it doesn't, you wish you hadn't.
For new evidence surrounding the 6 other killings Eileen Warner says she committed.
The prosecution rested after a detective who took Warner's confession showed the jury on a map where each of the bodies was found.
In closing arguments today, her attorneys asked the jury to believe Warner.
She needs fairness. She needs justice. She needs you to understand what really happened.
Prosecutors reminded the jury members of the 6 other killings with similar circumstances Warner has confessed to. Out that Warner had never mentioned any rape or torture.
It left you no reasonable choice. Find her guilty of murder in first degree.
Drove her to this secluded area, and it was here that Eileen Warnos became a killer. It's so noisy. I don't know how it sounds like a secluded area.
A Florida jury has a life or death decision to make today in the case of confessed killer Eileen Warnos.
Hey Kim Cooper 5001. Welcome to the stream. We're watching this documentary about Eileen something. She was a killer, but to be honest, I'm kind of done with it now. I was thinking Rick and Morty. Season 2, episode 8 of Rick and Morty is what we're going to go with.
Jerry, it's gonna be fine. You hear me, Jerry? You're gonna be fine. Ooh, watch out for that stuff. It'll stain if it gets on your clothes, and it'll send you into a murderous rage if it gets in your eyes.
Eat mutant bacteria in a pint of Cherry Garcia.
I know this isn't the time, but, you know, technically the second freezer drawer is mine.
Not anymore.
You're overreacting.
You're losing him.
All right, fine, but you're not touching my crisper.
Is he going to die? Don't worry. Dr. Glip-Glop is the best in the galaxy.
Hello, I'm Dr. Glip-Glop. What? Every hospital claims to have the best doctor in the galaxy. It's like those pizza places that claim to have the best pizza in the world. What do you think, they have pizza contests?
Yo, Dave Wilkinson 804. How we doing, man?
Excuse me, coming through. What are you here for? Just kidding, I don't care.
We're watching Rick and Morty.
Well, this won't do.
Season 2, episode 8.
What are you doing?
A sequel.
I don't understand.
Yeah, me neither. We pretty much nailed it the first time.
Rick and Morty, season 8. No, season 2, episode 8. It's interdimensional cable. We've been live for about 2 hours now.
Versus a car.
Yeah.
On tonight's episode, Michael Jenkins fights a regular old car. Here we go. He's pushing his way through. He's trying to fight that car, but the car seems to have the upper hand. He's got a little bit of pushback there. Oh no, he just got ran over and chewed up by the tires. I guess that's another one for the cars.
It is 6:20. What time is it for you?
Samantha, I need to know that you understand.
And I have a couple of eye holes.
I do understand about your eye holes. Here, look at my eye holes. Oh my god, you have 8 eye holes.
Sorry, bro.
Eye holes. Oh.
Get up on out of here with my eye holes.
Eye hole, man.
6:20.
Only one that's allowed to have eye holes.
up to 20.
Get them today. IKEA. You gotta be careful, Morty. If that guy catches you with the box in his eye holes, he comes bursting in through a window and just starts kicking the shit out of you. But it's worth the risk. They melt in your mouth, Morty. They're delicious.
Eye holes look delicious.
Cereal. We're worried about Jerry.
Well, you're 39 years too late. Or, you know, however old he is. Is he 50? Jesus Christ, Beth, is Jerry 50?
Where am I? Relax, Mr. Smith. You're in an alien hospital. I mean, to you, it's an alien hospital. To me, you're just in a hospital. There's another matter we need to discuss with you.
Okay.
An hour ago, Shrimply Pipples, the galaxy's most influential civil rights leader, was brought to this hospital's emergency room where he is currently fighting for his life. My God, Mr. Smith. He's saved. If we replace his heart with
It's perfect.
the configuration of veins, with relatively few adjustments, your genitals can be molded into
It's already
functioning
6 and a
heart of the
half.
most important
Yeah,
man in the universe.
it's 6:22.
I mean, no, forget it. I told you this was a waste of time. Have respect, Yar. The Earthman's world is tiny and undeveloped. He knows nothing of the genocides of Chlorgon, or the tragic events of 65.3432.2314.
Indeed. Their entire culture is built around their penises. It's funny to say they're small. It's funny to say they're big. I've been at parties where humans have held bottles, pencils,
United Kingdom.
I've got such and such for a penis. I never saw it fail to get a laugh.
All right, that's enough. You guys are talking about my species. We understand genocide. We do it sometimes. And you would give your penis so that Shrimply Pibbles might live? Stop asking. Yes,
I'm in the
I will.
United Kingdom.
That's right, assholes. Take my penis. Take it all. And tell Shrimply Pibbles that when the galaxy came calling, Jerry Smith from Earth didn't flinch.
Hey, what's wrong, Morty? Oh, you're worried about your dad, huh? No. I'm just looking at that lady over there getting coffee. What's up with her face?
Nice.
Is she a human or is she like Worf? You know Worf from Star Trek, how he has all that shit all over his face? But he's just a And now we're back to How Did I Get Here? The only show that makes you ask yourself, how did I get here? Here's our first person.
Oh my God. How did I get here? Hello? How did I get here? Somebody help me, please.
Right. Holy crap, look, it's that lady with the shit on her face like Worf from Star Trek that was getting coffee.
Oh my God.
How did she get there? Oh my God, Morty, how did she get there?
How did she get there? Is that something we should be concerned about?
Just stay away from the coffee machine.
Calling all Jan Michael Vincents! Calling all Jan Michael Vincents!
In a world where there's 8 Jan Michael Vincents.
We need 1 Jan Michael Vincent to quadrant C! We need 2 Jan Michael Vincents to quadrant E!
And 16 quadrants. There's only enough time for a Jan Michael Vincent to make it to a quadrant. He can't be in 2 quadrants at once.
Hey Rick, who is Jan Michael Vincent? Oh man, I'm trying to remember, Morty.
Jan Michael Vincents are used up.
I need a goddamn Jan Michael Vincent! Is it important that we know who Jan Michael Vincent was in order to get this? Nope.
I refuse to sign the legislation that allows more than 8 Jan Michael Vincents to prison.
This January, it's time to Michael down your Vincents. Jan Quadrant
Hello.
Vincent 16. Whoa!
What do you want to do then?
Excuse me, nurse. Can you take my temperature? Because I think
We were just talking about a crime documentary. So I put on a film in a bit.
By making incisions here, here, and here. Got it? Leaving a partial length of
Roblox? Nah,
to
man.
be threaded through.
Oh, you know what? I gotta laugh at myself here. I'm having a little laugh at myself because I just realized I haven't run this whole decision past my wife.
Oh, do you think she'll be okay with it?
Beth is automatically on board always with every decision I make.
That's not true. Beth hates him, bro.
follow me and my adventure through this office. All right, here we go. We're gonna just steal a couple of things. Excuse me, can I help you? Starting with with common office objects.
Hey, that's my stuff.
Such as staplers and pins and all sorts of things like such as that.
That's it, I'm calling security.
Alright, okay, now we're in the quiet, safe room where none of the people whose stuff I stole can get to us. Now let's look at all the stuff we got. We got a bag of rubbish. That's 8 grapples. We got a plumbus. That's 6.5 grapples. We got crushed red party cups. 15.5 grapples. Welcome back to Funny Songs. It's all improvised. It's very funny. I need a volunteer from the audience.
Long-time fan of the show.
What do you do? What's your profession?
I am a tax attorney.
Okay, here we go. Hit the music. Oh, I'm a tax attorney. Oh, jeez. Oh, forget about everybody else. Forget about Jesus Christ. Forget about Muhammad. Forget about all those religions. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. The end.
Oh my God, that was so funny. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, security guards, take him out. Get him out of here. Get the Orthodox out of here.
Oh, what?
Take him out of the audience. Kill him. Sick him. Demons.
Suck his life out. I don't give a shit.
Smith family?
Yes?
I wanted to let you all know that Jerry is doing just fine.
Yay!
Oh, that's good news!
But, Mrs. Smith, could you come with me?
What?
Uh-oh, maybe we got a problem here after all, guys. Yikes.
His penis will be replaced with a sophisticated prosthetic. Now, there's a wide range of options to choose from. They're all in this catalog.
I don't care about prosthetics. This is insane. What do you people think you're doing?
I understand your feelings.
Smelling indeed, and with it
You do. I brought my husband
known,
in for
who
an
knows
emergency
what could be
treatment. It's
achieved.
an hour, and now you want his penis, and you hand me some catalog. It's I mean.
Sheesh. Well, there you go. Sorry. I know it's hard to understand, but on Earth, love comes first.
There are those that believe, Mr. Smith, that
Smelly, smelly, poo-poo, all day long, all day strong.
his fate will determine the
Cheers,
fate
Joe
of hundreds of
Stonker.
billions of sentient
Life forms.
hundreds of billions.
I don't think the decision should be
Indeed,
based on
the entire
politics.
stinks,
Who
yep,
could argue with a
stinky
wife's
stinks.
decision to keep her lover intact?
Nice man.
I don't think that's fair at all, Jerry. At all. In fact, the whole paradigm has sexist overtones.
Beth, can we talk about this privately?
I think the bottom line is, Jerry, if you want to keep your penis, you should say out loud, I prefer to keep my penis.
But Beth, what kind of man would say something like that if the universe needed his penis?
Well, Jerry, what kind of wife would I be if I did anything to stand in your way?
Is your mouth tiny or
Little
small?
bit.
Then why don't you come down a little bit where the food is tiny? It looks like regular food, but really tiny. Put it in your mouth and eat it. Nothing gets stuck in your lips. It's just tiny and fits right in. Fits right in. We got tiny lasagna, tiny pizza, tiny pie, little tiny fried eggs. Oh shit, we got tiny people. Little bags. You hungry? Come on down. Eat some fucking shit, you fucking stupid bitch. Just kidding.
We've got some time to kill before the procedure, so I assume you'd love to use your penis. Here's my computer. Got the alien in. It is an alien towel. I actually got that on another planet, so it is an alien towel. Good luck.
Thanks. What is this? Hey, wait a minute.
Mr. Smith? Oh, yes, I'm masturbating! I forgot to mention there are extensive medical records open on my desktop, but I trust you to confine your activities to pure porn.
Absolutely.
Good luck.
Mr. Pebbles, you just rubbed my penis on my ticket to staying on my body town.
It's the opposite news with Michael Thompson. Hey everybody, it's me, Michael sloping down and leaning off to screen left. Oh my god, and his name's Michael. I'm cooking a little bit of this, I'm gonna cook a little bit of that. Hey, stop talking, Michael. Oh my god, Siamese twins, they're Siamese twins. You quit talking, I'm in the middle of my news. Oh, it's always about you see this guy getting pregnant, he's got his own news show, he's got a normal name. Hey, flip back to the news. Oh, yeah. They had that one planned before they even got pregnant, I bet.
I don't want to be that girl, but maybe there would be less conflict if they didn't shoot their shows at the same time.
Oh, Summer, you have no idea how much money that must save production. And then they found out I was attached along for the ride, and they said, shit. Well, just fuck it. Call him Michael. Fuck you, Michael. You're a fucking piece of shit.
You are wondering about the condition of our dear, beloved Pibbles.
Which would you prefer between the XP20 and the XP20 XS?
I prefer my own penis. I'm so sure.
To allow Shrimply Pibbles to live, Mr. Jerry Smith.
Hello, everyone. Let's hear it again for Shrimply Pibbles, huh? He's a good guy, isn't he? I've only just been learning of his accomplishments from his march on Fort Worth Square to his ongoing battle with heroin dependency. He's the best. Yeah. Well, it occurs to me that his heroin addiction may not have been a matter of public record.
You realize heroin makes up 10% of the atmosphere in Shrimply Pibble's own planet.
His planet was destroyed by Clark and death squads. He can't live outside of it without breathing heroin.
Right, I know that. I just think this guy's trying to get out of giving away his penis.
Today on How They Do It, plumbuses. Everyone has a plumbus in their home. First, they take the dingle pop and they smooth it out with a bunch of schleem. The schleem is then repurposed for later batches. They take the dingle pop and they push it through the crumbo where the fleeb is rubbed against it. It's important that the fleeb is rubbed because the fleeb has all of the fleeb juice. Then a schlami shows up and he rubs it and spits on it. They cut the fleeb. There's several gizzards in the way. The blamps rub against the chumbers, and the plubis and grumbo are shaved away. That leaves you with a regular old plumbus. I always wondered how plumbuses got made. Hey, welcome back to Personal Space. I'm your host, Philip Jacobs, and let me tell you, I care about my personal space. Whoa! Hey, who's around me right now? Who's around me? Now, why don't we step up here, and everybody get stepped up, and let's get some stepped up personal space up in this place. Here we go. We get a 1, personal space, 2, personal space, 3, 4, keep away from my personal space, 5, get out of that personal space, 6, stay away from my personal space, 7, keep away from that personal space, 8, I take personal space pretty seriously, up to the point that I don't even care about this. I'm not even interested in having the skin on my personal space.
Oh my god!
Oh, it hurts. What an asshole. Oh, tune in next week for the best show ever. The show we all grew and love, the Personal Space Show.
More personal space next Tuesday at 8. Up next, the heat is turning up with Samantha and the boys.